I paid for the drinks and even covered half the bill. Just as we were about to sit down, my mother gave that familiar smirk and said, "Don't forget, you're just a guest here." My father laughed, my sister rolled her eyes, and I simply smiled. Without a word, I took off my apron. That was the moment I decided they'd never eat at my expense again. The turkey was still steaming when she said it again, that same cutting remark disguised as humor. My father chuckled, my sister mumbled something sarcastic, and I stood there quiet, smiling as I untied the apron I'd been wearing since sunrise. They mistook my silence for submission. They didn't realize it was the beginning of an ending. For years, I thought family meant loyalty. I'd worked extra hours, sent money home, and bailed my sister out when her credit cards hit their limit. I paid for their groceries, their trips, their bills. Whenever they were in trouble, I was the one they called. And they always thanked me, but only until I walked out the door. Then came the jokes, the dismissive laughter, the labels. My father once called me the helper. Not his son, not a brother, just the helper. I told myself it didn't matter. That love would outweigh the insults. But over time, I learned that my independence didn't make them proud. It made them bitter. The signs had been there for years. My mother refused to add my name to the cabin deed, even though I paid for half the renovations. My father pocketed the money that was supposed to reimburse me for utilities. My sister brought her friends over to dinners in the home I was keeping afloat, casually calling me the tenant. So when she called me a visitor, it wasn't a slip, it was the truth of how they saw me. Not family, just a wallet with their last name attached. That Thanksgiving, after cooking all day and pouring the wine, I made my decision. I didn't argue, didn't yell, didn't make a scene. I poured myself a drink, folded the apron neatly, and sat down as if nothing had happened. But inside, I'd already turned the page. If they wanted me to be a guest, I'd show them what that really meant. Step 1, money. I stopped contributing to every shared account. I canceled every automatic payment. No more groceries, no more bills, no more quiet rescues. Step 2, ownership. I gathered every document, receipts, transfers, renovation costs, and hired a lawyer. By Christmas, the cabin deed had a new clause. Nothing could be sold, rented, or refinanced without my signature. Step 3, distance. I stopped responding in the family group chat. When my sister invited me to her party, I politely declined. When my dad hinted that he needed help with insurance paperwork, I acted as if I hadn't heard. When friends asked where I'd been, I said, just visiting other places. Step 4 happened that same Thanksgiving night. The restaurant where we'd eaten required a card to hold a reservation. Mine. Half the bill had already been charged to me. When it came time to pay the rest, I quietly went to the counter and asked the manager to remove my card from the final total. The remaining balance was theirs. By the time they finished the turkey I'd cooked and the wine I'd bought, the check arrived, twice what they expected. My father's face turned red. My mother's smirk disappeared. My sister whispered, "Where's his part?" But I was already gone. The real confrontation came weeks later. My father called, furious. "You locked us out of our own property." My sister shouted over the speaker, "You can't just vanish. You're punishing us." I let the silence hang before replying, "No, I'm just visiting, remember?" Then I hung up. After that, the calls stopped. So did the guilt trips. It's amazing how quiet things get when the money stops flowing. Do I miss them? Not really. I miss the idea of family. But that idea died the moment they made it clear I didn't belong. Now, I cook in my own kitchen for people who see me as more than what I can provide. When I raise a glass, it's my table, my rules, my peace. Every Thanksgiving, I take that old apron out, fold it neatly, and leave it untouched, a reminder the last time I cooked for people who mistook generosity for obligation. They thought I was just a helper, just a visitor. But I was the foundation holding it all together. And when the foundation leaves, the whole house eventually falls.